Kia ora, wāmai and welcome viewers. I'm your host Javed Khan and this is Darpan-The Mirror, a panorama of images New Zealand, capturing you and the world around us. Now in today's show, headlines, New Zealand and Australian headlines, for the good and the bad, but let's start with the bad. Now New Zealand's been whitewashed in the Chapel Hadley, not surprising with what's happened recently in the sporting world. Now the good news is, a New Zealander taking charge of the Australian rugby team. Need I say more? Let's just watch the space. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of today's show, and in today's show in the first part, we have a brief conversation with John Banks. Now, the Auckland City Council has committed $22 million to the upgrade of Eden Park, but the pressure now lies with the Auckland Regional Council, who has been invited to contribute to the Greater Auckland. Let's join the debate and let's join John Banks in the first part of Darpan-The Mirror.
The stand Auckland City Mayor John Banks has taken on Eden Park funding has been vindicated after the government pitched in with a grant of $190 million as its contribution towards the overall outlay of $240 million for the 2011 Rugby World Cup. The Mayor confirmed his council will commit $22 million for the upgrade of the Eden Park precincts. This revelation follows Banks's strong confidence in the redevelopment board, spearheaded by John Waller, and the government's go-ahead of the redesign, raising the seating capacity to 60,000. Elaborating on what aspects constituted an upgrade around Eden Park, he said, road alignment, street widening, park and ride, provisioning parking, beautification, trees, gardens, bridges and access, about $22 million. Ferrying and coping with such a large number of people descending on the city would be a challenge, and through development of infrastructure, the council hopes to showcase the region as one of the best in the world. The Mayor said that with $10 million confirmed from the Rugby Union and at least $12 million from the Eden Park Trust Board and his council's commitment of $22 million, there is a shortfall of around $28.5 million. He added that with the redevelopment board being optimistic of raising the money, it's time to go into Christmas relaxed.
We're very pleased with the government. We're very, very pleased that we've got $190 million from the government, 12 from the Eden Park Trust Board and 10 from the Rugby Union. The Auckland City Council is going to commit $22 million to the upgrade around Eden Park, but today we're still $28 million short. The Development Board is very confident that they'll be able to find that $28 million. So we go into Christmas relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that $22 million from Auckland City Council would be going towards infrastructural costs as you had been purporting ever since you returned to office.
Road alignment, street widening, park and ride, parking, beautification, trees, gardens, bridges, access, about $22 million.
I see. Given this aspect, wouldn't it have been a better scenario if we had rooted for Mount Smart?
I think that's silly. Mm-hmm. It's silly. We've got a big investment in Eden Park. We should have never invested in Mount Smart. It should have never been built. Having said that, the government has completely rejected that proposal, so we move on. The government has said no, so we move on.
Eden Park going public later on with that government's imposition, what sort of scenario do you foresee in the future?
Well, the scenario I don't want to see, is a debt profile that sinks Eden Park forever, as we had on the North Shore Albany Stadium. So I'm very keen that the Eden Park Trust Board doesn't get itself into a level of debt that can't be funded going forward into the medium-long term.
With the run-up to 2011, do you foresee or perceive any fears with regards to the contractors jacking up the price, raising the price threshold as they have always done?
If I was running the contract, no. But I'm not running the contract. You raise a very good point, Kamal, and that is the ability and the potential for cost overrun still exists. So the Eden Park Development Committee have to be very, very careful about cost overruns and very, very careful about getting value for money.
Now, from personal point of view, you have any suggestions for the Eden Park to safeguard those interests?
Of course. I mean, if I was inside the negotiating team doing the contract, these things wouldn't be a problem, but I'm not. But I have got confidence in Mr. Waller, the chairman of the Eden Park Redevelopment Committee, and I'm quietly confident that everyone wants us to work. This is a very good day. This is all positive stuff. There's no real downside to any of this. It's all upside. It's all good news for Auckland City, the country, and the World Cup.
So finally, your stand has been vindicated with no ratepayers' money going towards Eden Park upgrade.
Well, I don't want to be smug about that, Kamal, but you know, I'm not for buckling. I'm not easy to buckle, because the ratepayers of Auckland said to me on the doorstep, "We will vote for you if you deliver affordable progress and decisive leadership." So this decision is about affordable progress and decisive leadership, no more, no less.
Now where to from here?
More work, Kamal, and felicitations to all of your viewers, and congratulations to you and your company, and very best wishes for a nice Christmas.
Coming up next.
One of the reasons why Dick Hubbard is no longer mayor and Bruce Huck is no longer deputy mayor is because the public didn't like the way that they'd increased rates by 30% in the 3 years that they were in office.
Next week.
Both the previous council and the one elected in October have been pretty clear that there absolutely should be a contribution by the regional council. That's really because the Rugby World Cup is not an Auckland City Council thing. It will benefit the entire region as well as the country.
The world's most amazing bridge, a wonderful piece of architecture, a heroic bridge, a great icon for good design and the city of sails. And by putting that together, we can sort of go forward to the rest of the world and say we are the pure New Zealand. We are, thinking forward. We're putting these great architectural statements forward, and it's going to attract people to the city.
Darpan-The Mirror on satellite, cable and terrestrial network.